time to be the GOAT. It's time to enter God mode, man, let's get it going. I wanna be the greatest, energy is overflowing. I know I'm stoking the fire, my desire's taking over, not time.
Okay, you beautiful friends, welcome back to the Bag of the Semi Truck, and it's that time once again. We are jumping into this series that I am way too slow at getting new videos out for, and that's where I slow down, take an episode of My Little Pony, and actually sit there and dive deep into it and catch the things that I missed the first time that I watched it. And what things that I might have missed, it could be anything from something silly to something that's actually something I missed to something that, I don't know, it's just satire, quirky, whatever. It's just whatever I feel like is important enough for me to nitpick about. So, with that said, we are on Season 1, Episode 4. This is the episode where Applejack is too prideful to admit that she needs help. So, without me doing too much of a long intro like I do with reactions and commentary mode and all that stuff, let's just jump right into this. This is 25 plus things that I missed on my first time watching Season 1, Episode 4 of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. Let's do this.
Yep. Too big for you to handle on your own.
Come on, big brother.
Number 1. Big Mac's first words in the series was, yep. And yes, that was me attempting a Big Mac impression. And I suck at a Big Mac impression. And I'm not going to count this as one of the things I missed, but I'm going to be counting how many words Big Mac says in this episode here, because I feel like he says way more than we're used to. And with that little scene that we just passed, that was 10 on the counter.
The loyalist of friends and the most dependable of ponies?
Number 2, the loyalist of friends, but yet has the element of honesty.
But still only one pony. And one pony plus hundreds of apple trees just doesn't add up to...
Don't you...
And that's 18 more words to our count.
Well, I better get kicking. These apples aren't gonna shake themselves out of the trees.
Number 3, I am really glad for some reason that they used that line rather than what they could have said instead.
Stampede!
Number 4, something I've got to start noticing more of is when I'm doing these things, noticing the writer of the episode. So, with that said, with this episode, our writer is Amy Keating Rogers. Hopefully I pronounced her name correctly, but that's who our writer is this episode.
Come on, little doggies! Turn!
Number 5. Well, good gosh, Applejack, that was frickin' rude of you pushing into that cow like that when you know good and well that they speak English and can talk.
Oh my, begging your pardon, Applejack, but Muriella here saw one of those nasty snakes. And it just gave us all the willies, don't you know?
Number 6. Now I'm just trying to figure out why this cow has such a heavy Minnesotan accent. I really need to study the geography of My Little Pony.
Try and steer clear of Ponyville.
Number 7. Now, I get the pun about steering, but for some reason when Applejack said it, it just sounded so frickin' threatening, as if she was trying to mark her territory and tell these cows, don't be coming up into my territory again.
We all ready?
Just one last thing. Now we're ready.
Yes, because us as the audience definitely needed to see that banner going up.
Did you see Applejack's slick moves out there? What an athlete! This week, she's gonna help me with my new flying trick, and I know it's gonna be so awesome!
Well, no wonder Rainbow Dash isn't a Wonderbolt already, because she's getting an Earth Pony like Applejack to help her with a flying trick.
Oh, Applejack, one of the best bakers ever, is gonna help me! Applejack makes everything great!
So, according to Pinkie Pie, out of nowhere, Applejack is one of the best bakers ever.
With the official bunny census, where we count up all the new baby bunnies that were born this season, she's gonna help gather them using her wonderful herding skills.
Fluttershy, you don't need herding skills in order to count baby bunnies. Just do it yourself.
It is my privilege to give the prize Pony of Ponyville Award to our beloved guest of honor, a pony of the utmost trustworthiness, reliability, and integrity, Ponyville's most capable and dependable friend, Applejack!
Well, I think Mayor was laying it on a bit thick there.
It's so bright and shiny, and I sure do look funny.
I mean, I get being sleep deprived because you're working so hard and whatnot, but yeah, this honestly just sounds like she's drunk off her rocker here.
Applejack! Oh.
Well, good gosh, that was a bit unnecessary to just scream in her face like that.
But why are you doing it all alone? 'Cause Big Macintosh hurt himself. What about all those relatives I met when I first came to Ponyville?
Okay, Twilight, that was like the 4th time you've ended up teleporting. With how tired Applejack is, I'm sure you will be able to keep up with her with no problem. So quit being lazy and just walk a little bit.
Do you want some help?
Help? No way, no how.
But there's no way you can do it all on your own.
Is that a challenge?
Calm down, Applejack, but the real reason I actually stopped this and wanted to say something is because it seems like Twilight doesn't need any help when it comes to being a friend and doesn't need any lessons in friendship because she seems like she has that down, in my opinion, unlike everyone else in that town, because Twilight isn't being selfish like them. Twilight isn't using Applejack for her own gain or for her own amusement or anything like that. She sees Applejack has a problem and she slows down long enough to ask Applejack, like, hey, you know, I see you're struggling here. Do you need help? She's being a friend, unlike everybody else in Ponyville. And in all reality, it might be that Twilight was sent to Ponyville to start teaching these ponies what it's actually like to have a friend, because everyone in this episode, except for Twilight, seems to know how to be a friend. So, yeah, I mean, maybe she's there to teach them.
There you are.
Yeah?
Well, I'm gonna stand on one end. Then you're gonna jump down from that platform, launching me into the air faster than I can take off on my own.
And since I haven't said a number in quite a while, number 17. So you couldn't get somebody else to do that, Rainbow Dash?
Got it.
Applejack, what the hey is going on? I mean, I thought I was working with Ponyville's best athlete.
You are.
18. Okay, Rainbow Dash, I think it's time for you to actually ask if she's okay.
Yes, except that she crashed onto my balcony after you launched her into the air.
Oh, yeah.
19. To be fair, that's what Rainbow Dash wanted.
There must be fancy talk for earthworms.
Now that's gonna be delicious.
If you say so.
So let me get this straight, Pinkie Pie. You're not even going to turn around and see what's about to be baking or anything? Number 21. Didn't realize how much they actually used Derpy before the error.
Thank you, Twilight. We need all the help we can get.
22. Nurse Redheart's first appearance.
AJ, I think you're beating a dead tree.
23. First time Applejack is called AJ in this series.
Stampede!
And number 24, way to reuse animation and save on the cost and time of animating a new scene for the next stampede that's about to happen.
How'd you like them apples?
25, Goodwill Hunting reference.
How do you like them apples?
Oh, how do you like them apples?
26, Big Mac points to another field, leading to Applejack finally collapsing. And that's also 7 more words added to Big Mac's word count.
Is the best friend a pony could ever have, and she's always there to help any pony.
27. Hold on a second, let's go back. Does Fluttershy have like Angel Bunny or something up in that tree knocking down all these apples? Because we don't see her getting back on her feet from bucking the tree, nor do we see Rarity going over and bucking the tree. Neither. She's walking past. So I don't know if Angel Bunny is just like a quick hyper little bunny and just knocking down every single apple, or maybe Fluttershy's got all the birds knocking down the apples. But Fluttershy must have some magic that we don't know about because she's got them apples falling somehow. So yeah, I don't know.
So while friendship is about giving of ourselves to friends, it's also about accepting what our friends have to offer.
Okay, so hold on a second, Twilight. You mean to tell me this whole time you could have simply just picked up all those apples off the tree and then transported them over to the barrels with seemingly no issues? You could have solved this whole problem, this whole episode, if you would have just stayed up late one night and then went over there when Applejack was sleeping and just took care of all the apples for her really fast and solved this whole problem before it started. I'm just saying.
From the trash! Just a little nibble? Come on!
And number 29, no Spike, nobody wants your little trash muffins. So there we go, Season 1, Episode 4 of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, and as I do at the end of all of these so far, a quick 1 to 2 minute little review of the episode, but first and foremost, I am surprised that we didn't have more words coming from Big Mac than we did. I thought we were going to have like 50 to 60 different words from him, because I remember him actually speaking a lot more in the beginning of the series than towards the end of the series. But you know what? He had 35 words in this episode, which honestly seems a lot for Big Mac, considering that most of the time all we get is a quick yep. And yes, that was a horrible impression, like I did earlier in the video, but yes, that is usually all we get from him. So that was a lot more words than what we're used to hearing from Big Mac. But nonetheless, a quick little 1 to 2 minute little review of this episode. It is better than I remember. Is it great? No, it is still a show finding its footing, but it's better than I remember. For the most part, there is like 3 things that it's really hitting on during this episode. One of those things, overcommitment. Applejack definitely overcommits herself. She doesn't know how to slow down, say no to things, and that is a lesson that we can all learn from this show, and well, from this episode, not this show. Because a lot of us, my wife particularly, really needs to slow down and say no to a lot of things. She overcommits herself all the flipping time, and maybe I just need to let her watch this episode again and be like, hey, you know, just let you know, you kind of need to stop overcommitting. So I kind of relate to that aspect of the episode. Then there's the other aspect of the episode of pressure from others. You always feel those pressures from others to actually do that overcommitting and saying, yes, I'll help you, just because you kind of don't want to disappoint nobody. And I don't have that problem, but yes, my wife does have that problem. She says yes to everything, and then she overwhelms herself, and it just spirals from there. So that's a lesson we need to learn, starting to say no to people, not only just overcommitting and saying no to various other things, but just saying no to people in general. And then there's the aspect of pressure that you put on yourself. There is that aspect, and that's where I relate to Applejack in this episode. I always push myself. I always give myself the pressure. I'll sit up there in that front seat and I'm like, you know what? I still got an hour and a half left on my drive clock. Well, this isn't how I drive, by the way. But I've got an hour and a half left on my drive clock. I can make it another 100 miles. So I just hit that pedal and I keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And no, with an hour and a half left on my clock, I'm not hitting 100 miles. But it's just an example. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I push myself way too much. And I've got a problem like Applejack has. I'm too stubborn to ask for help. So, lessons to learn from this episode: don't have too much pride and ask for help, and learn when to say no when you need to say no. Overall, decent episode. I feel like the series is kind of finding its footing with this episode and where it's wanting to go. I still think Twilight might be the one that was sent there for a reason. She might be teaching these ponies what it's like to have friendship. Either way, I'm done. I need to get off of here. I'm about to stop and start rambling on a different subject, so I'm shutting up, passing it off to y'all. Y'all know the drill by now. Hit that like, tickle to subscribe if you're new. Don't be texting and driving. Watch what you love and love what you watch, and take it away, Mr. Rogers.
I like you just the way you are.